All right, so look at this. This is a masterpiece.
All right, today I'm gonna build a belly pan for the back of the box van, Onyx build, whatever you guys are calling it. Here's my template. Gonna be shaped something like that. Gas tank's right here, winch is right there. And I'll get some pieces cut out and then I'll show you guys as I go. All right, I got everything drawn out for one side. You can see all of that shape. And then these lines right here, because it sits at an angle, are gonna be notched out, leaned in. This will be the upper lip. They'll go in and then that bolt holes will be in here to bolt it. So I'll get it cut out and then I'll show you what it looks like. All right, I got everything cut out. This will go right here, like so. That's where the bolts will be. Go in there like that. Like this, actually. I'll trim them off. Then it'll sit in there at an angle. It'll be slanted, kind of boat-sided, but where the bolts are will go straight up. Should look pretty cool. I'll get it tacked up and I'll show you guys. Okay, I got her all tacked up. Now I'll get it welded and show you guys it all done and cleaned up. Okay, I'm gonna show you in here. There's the winch. There's the tank, fuel tank. I got this part all tacked together. And then I got this side all welded up and fairly well sanded. It needs a little more sanding, but you can see the bolts are countersunk in there. I'll finish up the other side, show you when that's done. All right, guys, I got the skid plate done. Still needs a little tiny sanding, but for the most part, it's done. Got the little, you can activate the freewheel on the winch. It's all bolted in. Just some little sanding in the corners yet, but other than that, pretty well done. Might add a few more bolts up in the back there. I didn't put any, but I'll lower it down and let you see with the tank in it. Looks pretty good. There's the fuel cell in there. Winch mount plate. Be pretty strong.
The next morning.
All right, today we're gonna start on seats. We're gonna bend up some tubing. You guys watch that a little bit and then I'll show you when I got a bunch bent up. All right, there's 190. I'll flip it over, bend the other 90, and on we go. Okay, so I got all the tubing bent for the seats as far as what I think I need. Just kind of winging it, and got an idea in my head, and here's all the tubing. Got it all cleaned up, bent, so enough to make 4 seats. Because we're gonna have the driver's seat, of course, and then we're gonna have a passenger seat, and then we're gonna have seats facing that inward on each side. That's why the shell's notch in, just so that when you stand up from the seat, you don't hit your head. So we'll start building seats and let you see how it goes.
All right, so we are gonna cut out 8 of these brackets, one at a time, and they are for our seat. I'll show you once it gets cut out, but it should look something like this. Got it all drawn up in CAD. Sean's getting all the bars bent. We're gonna go and get the seats built for the Onyx build. Pretty dank cut. Whoa! Looking real nice. Sean might have to clean up the holes a little bit, but I think that is like exactly what he asked for. Let's go see. Hey you. Oh, look at that. Forward. I like it. You want 7 more? Huh? You want 7 more? 7 more. Okay. And then we'll learn where they go. I'm guessing there, but I could be wrong. Yeah.
But I'm gonna actually cut into the tube, slide it in.
Awesome. So the way this is gonna work, as you can see, this is gonna be the seat frame. It's gonna be the seat back. The driver and passenger seats are gonna be adjustable. But the 2 seats in the back are gonna be fixed. Now, seats are considered safety, so these do not go against our budget. And we're gonna have the #1 upholstery guy in the nation, my buddy Philip Cato from Cato's Custom Upholstery. He is gonna build us cushions for all of these. Now, if your vehicle is gonna win at SEMA, except for the cars that he built, they have a different upholstery guy, but that's beside the point. If you're gonna win at SEMA, Cato's Custom Upholstery better be doing your interior. He's very, very high end, and he's the coolest guy in the world. And you're gonna meet him here in a little bit, because we're gonna take these up to him and get the upholstery done. So, go cut out 7 more of these for old Sean. I'm getting a little better at my finesse. Look at that. All right, we'll just go through, get the rest of them cut. Now, I could have nested all these 8 together and did them in one program, but I'm trying to cut them like where we have metal, so I can utilize the steel a little bit better. Okay, taking to our boy. Tell him we're done for the day. Our work here is done. Look at that.
So we'll know.
Look at you go, Sean.
So those will be mounted the same. You know what I mean? They'll feel the same.
This is gonna be sweet.
And then I'll do something and then I forget and get cruising. And
It is hard to remember. All right, we're gonna cut the first template out and check it, make sure I'm correct, because I've got to cut 8 of these. And then what I need to do is I need to do a 5/8 inch border, and then the center of that is gonna be what we put our pads to. It's gonna be really, really cool. So I'm about 1/4 of an inch too big on this, but Sean says that's fine.
yeah.
Really, it's fine?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's gonna be so cool. So this is gonna be a wing. This is gonna be my back fat perch. This is gonna be where my back fat sits on a cushion. So, I mean, you're good with that quality?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll get you. I'm just gonna do each pattern, cut them all,
Yeah.
and I'll bring them back.
Okay.
You know what? You just keep working, okay? You keep making your gun barrels. They'll look absolutely freaking awesome. This is so undeserving of your work.
Then another piece of weld to it.
That is so thick.
The whole pan will be attached to these and just drop in. Bolt it down.
I have no words. So we'll get these 8 cut out, and then I'll make another program, and I'll bring it in 5/8 of an inch all the way around. Yeah. All right, just so that you guys understand, we're putting a 5/8 inch border and welding it to these wings, and then the cushion for the seat is gonna go down on the inner panel that I cut out. And that's where we're gonna have Cato attached to, and then it'll bolt through this wing into the other wing, and that's how we're gonna attach our seat cushions. So the seat cushion is gonna be like that. It'll all make sense here in a little while, but these are just all the wing panels. This is what our upholstery goes to. Our pad is gonna be that big, right here for my love wings. You know, it's hard work, but somebody's gotta do it. Sean's gonna be so happy. We're spoiling him with this plasma table. Sean would have hand cut every one of these in his past life. Now he can just hand grind them all. Look, when you have your tip at the right temperature, there's like no slag. It's a mice. I got you what you wanted, Sean.
That's what I wanted.
How many hours would that have taken you to make? You would have.
I would have cut them out. Yeah, you can imagine.
Yeah. Hours upon hours upon hours.
Plus, you would have drilled a hole in each corner, cut it out, threw that piece away, and then had to recut those.
Oh yeah, it's true. Look at that. We're
Yeah.
saving the environment. Cutting down on aluminum. It's gonna be the coolest seats at SEMA in a bread van.
The bread man.
So, like I already said, these are gonna get welded together. They're gonna go, I'll go right here. And then Cato is gonna make some padding. It's not that bad though with the,
Oh,
honestly, I think by the time you grind it,
right.
boom, and then we'll have this perimeter. This will be upholstered, bolstered, adjusted, and trusted. We make car parts for the American working man because that's who we are and that's who we care about. All right, so I just made the backbones. Obviously, they're the backbone. They go here. And there is going to be a billet backbone that goes behind it that Sean's going to machine. That's going to be our adjustable back. These are going to get dimple dyed, all cleaned up. These are the side wings for the base. So I just wanted to cut one out, test it. Looks like it's going to fit. It'll go right there. We'll do another one over here. So I'm going to go cut out 7 more, and we'll have all the components for these seats cut. Look at that. Like we knew what we was doing. All right, we got all 8 of these. That means that all of my pieces and bits for the seats are cut out, and I can go to lunch now. I'm gonna go get these over to Sean, go get them all ground up, and we'll show you guys more on that here in a little bit. But the Onyx Off-Road build seats that do not go against our budget because they're considered safety are coming along. All right, we're gonna get this backbone dimple dyed. It'll make sense what we're doing here in a minute. All right, so we'll get the rest of the dimple dyes. It's gonna look good. It's gonna add some depth to the backbone. Got a little arc to it.
That's good.
All right, been working on the seats, as you can see, but Colton's also been working on the seats, building parts. So let's go see what he's doing. There he is. What are you doing?
Well, we got these cut out, and then he had to take off. I think he took Adley to dance, so I'm gonna press brake him, or dimple dye him.
Sweet.
First one down.
Look at
Look at that. So we got 5 holes per one. Got 2 left after this one. We already did the one, so I'm gonna go through, get all these done, and Sean will be ready to weld them together. All right, Sean's just getting it clamped in place, just so we can give you guys an idea of what it's going to look like. Oh, I think it's... I wish I had one of these in my gaming chair, and I don't even play video games. So we went ahead, I got all these dimple dyed, so tomorrow Sean gets to go and weld all of the inside. Pretty impressive.
Gaming chair.
Yeah, this is gonna be the coolest gaming chair of all the land. So radical. That seat pan is amazing. This is where my tushy's gonna sit. So while Sean's laying out the pan, I'm going through and getting the side wings all welded up. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna do 2 passes. So I've got 1 pass around it right now. So I'll go around, I'll weld it, and then I'll let it sit. I'll go to this other one, weld it all the way around. We're gonna put a second bead all the way around. That way when you grind it, you're grinding your second weld, not your first one, and you're not gonna separate these 2 pieces. So, pretty cool. All right, that's pass number 2 on the outer perimeter of our wings. So, these are hotter than dog crap. I'm gonna let them cool down, and then we'll come back, and Sean is gonna show us how to grind them. But, looks good for now. So I'm pretty happy with it. I'm getting a little bit better. I'm learning, and that's what I want to do. So while this cools down, we're gonna go to lunch. So we'll be right back. You know, a wise man once told me, you don't have to build it out of one piece. It just has to look like it's out of one piece. Yeah. And a wise man once told that wise man that.
Yeah.
And it looks like it's out of one piece. I just want to go hang it on the wall. All right, we got what we needed. Now we need to cut them. So this is the seat track support.
Come here. Come here. Have you been hanging out in the shop today?
Like,
Huh?
like is records like
Hmm?
So we've got the lower track brackets. Sean's gonna get them all cleaned up and then check it out. They're gonna go just like this. Now weld on that. Where's our
Crack.
Now the reason we're doing this is we're making this adjustable. Just here on your shirt, put that out. Yeah. Now will you weld it or bolt it?
This will bolt. That'll work.
So this will get tapped.
Yeah, or I'll put a tab up.
Nice. You know what? Sean's got this figured out. All I know is it's so sick. I was able to do a tiny part in all of this. So Sean's just about got the seat done. Check this out. I'm gonna build a cover.
That looks so much better.
Oh yeah.
Ugly.
But now it looks like we purposely did the air gap for that.
Right, right.
You guys, guess what? We're back to work. Well, I mean, we're always working, but we're back to work on the Onyx Off-Road Build Challenge build of the 1969 bread van that needs to be done in 4 weeks.
gotta be
Carry
done.
the 2.
We have to carry the 1. We have to be in Arizona the 25th, 26th of October. We don't have much time. So today, we got Hillbilly gonna be putting a slip yoke eliminator in our transfer case. This is a Chevrolet 241C with a 9-inch long slip yoke style tail shaft in it. We are going to put a JB Conversions slip yoke eliminator in it, and this is what that shaft looks like, okay? This is about I think it was 450 bucks. I'll get the exact price. Might have been 480, I don't know. Anyway, that's gonna eat our budget up. We also, and I don't know if I'm gonna get to doing it today, we also have some other cool stuff called PSC full hydraulic steering. Yay, and this was like $2,000 and some change. I'll figure that out and put that on the budget too, but check it out. We got everything. We got, overflow, yay.
Hey, at least you know how to do it.
Ooh, we got a power steering pump, yay. We have a Barnes 4-wheel drive full hydraulic mount, yay. We've even got full hydro steering thingy, yay. Yay! But I don't think we're doing any of the steering today because we have a ton of stuff to do. But in all seriousness, I'm gonna run a fuel line. I'm gonna start figuring out and calculating my brakes. And I'm also gonna be helping Sean build some seats. We're building 4 custom seats for this, but we're only building 1 that we're gonna take to our buddy, Philip Cato at Cato's Custom Upholstery. Now, we got a lot of stuff to do, so you may or may not see us take it to Cato's in this video, but you might. And I hope we do, because if we do, that means that we got it done. There's a lot to do on that. So anyway, without further ado, I bring to you Hillbilly removes a transfer case. Yay! 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 They hate us. The internet absolutely hates us. So to be totally honest, we don't know if we could do that on it or not. So
Can't remember if there's a seat clip on the front.
we don't remember much. I don't remember last night. I don't remember my name.
You remember last night because your back's telling you.
Oh yeah, my children got in my bed and my back is a wreck. So if you see me walking funny,
Because he's old.
you'll understand. 6-year-old and a 2-year-old that sneak into your bed and sleep like a ninja.
Chow.
That'll do it to you. So what I'm thinking though, clean that off, put it on the table. So because I'm gonna help you rebuild it. We're building headrests. So Sean gave me a template. This is gonna be the headrest above the seat. So I just programmed it. Let's get her cut. So check this out.
It is.
It's gonna be so cool.
Okay, so while Robbie's out there helping Sean do the seats, I want to start by tearing this apart. This is going to be a fun project because I have tore a bunch of these apart, just never rebuilt them or put them back together. I was always tearing them apart to scrap them because they were garbage. And they're all aluminum, and clean aluminum is decent money. Gotti. And so for this style of C-clip, you got a special pair of pliers you stick in. The pliers are grooved on the outside and smooth on the inside because that way it grabs that clip, opens it, and you can pull it off.
Beat it! Just beat it! Don't you wanna Sorry, I'll leave. You know what? Get out of my way.
Oh, got it.
See? You guys thought I was just joking around. Got it. Don't worry, Hillbilly. I'll be here all week. That don't come out right now.
It wants to.
Oh, yeah, but you gotta pull this cover. Come on, baby girl. Work with me. Well, I don't think it just comes off.
It's probably pressed on.
You're probably a pressed on. Okay. We'll wait till we get the cover off. Raw! Raw! If you make the raw noise when you're doing it, it'll come right apart. You just gotta go raw! This has to come off somehow. Let's pull this gear. Oh, did you see that? Oh, come on.
What's going on today?
Come on, you guys. Stop messing with me. As you can tell, we are experts. Hillbilly's not an expert at this because it's a Chevrolet product. He only likes Fords.
Trash cases, they're pretty much all built the same.
You heard it first, folks.
Or
Hillbilly
just
would
like
put a
Chevy.
Chevrolet. Yeah, just like a Ford. He's gonna put a Chevrolet transfer case right in his Ford. What is that, like an oil pump of some sorts? That is, isn't it? That is a pump. Oh my gosh, it is. Ah! Ah! Look at that.
Oh, pick up?
Yeah, look at how clogged.
Luckily we're doing all new, huh?
Yeah. This obviously goes into that and then slides on. So we'll remember that. I had no idea these things had freaking oil pumps.
So we got to build this and that.
No,
You'll
we
put
can't.
this on.
No, because we have to put that gear on with 2 close. No. It's okay. This is easy. Look. All you do is you go like this. And you slide it all on.
And it sits right
See, it sits right in there.
You got a new filter, right? Or are we just cleaning that one?
I think we're just cleaning it. I didn't get any of that. So yeah, and then we just slide it on. Hillbilly's trying to figure out what size this is, but there's too much dirt packed into it. So he just dug it all out. We're gonna get that socket on there, get this flange off so we can pull the shaft out and get this whole assembly out of this case. Now, I don't think we're gonna break down this side. Now, when this blows apart, you gotta remember where everything goes. All right, now we're gonna figure out how to swap all this out. Everything looks good. I don't think we should mess with much. I think we just put the shaft in and call it a day. Don't you think? Like, these aren't even worn. Normally, these are like worn out.
I think this
There's a little bit of wear.
So I said, I think someone's tore this transfer case apart and rebuilt it.
I think so too.
There's no way that it's this nice from 90s.
It's in way good shape. I think this transfer case, and Hillbilly feels the same. We think that this has been rebuilt. The bearings feel great. The chain feels good. Everything feels good so far. So I don't even know that we're not gonna tear this out. We're not gonna pull the bearing out. We're just gonna clean it all up and we're gonna put all our slip yoke eliminator stuff in it. That bearing sounds real good. All right, so after further investigation, we realized that this bearing should just come right out with the clip. Anyway, flip it over, beat that sucker out. It should just fall right out with some brute force. So we're gonna remove it.
It's gonna make it easier to pop that fill out.
Still out. Flip it over. Let's use some more brute force over here. So we're just being extremely gentle with everything. There's a big sill. Do we have that sill? Let's verify we have that sill before we pop it out. Anyway, we're doing a full-blown teardown now. Do you know what happens when 2 little monkeys rebuild the transfer case? It gets done twice as good. Hey, that's the sill. We don't need that. I don't think we have that. Why don't we call Napa and see if they have a, call them and give them the number off the bearing of 6207. All right, so here you have it, folks. New shaft, flip yoke eliminator. It's gonna take 9 inches off and we're gonna be able to bolt a yoke to it. So what we did, we pulled our gear set off. Now let's put this whole gear pack on. I am not taking it apart because I don't trust myself. Now I see what Paul was talking about. That bearing's gotta come out. So Paul, let me know one of these bearings doesn't fit. So we'll pull them out.
Okay, thank you.
So Paul told me that you have to push these bearings out, but I don't remember if he said push them both out or just one. Hello, brother Paul. I'm working on a 241.
Oh, that sounds fun.
And I don't feel like messing with it for the next 6.5 hours, so I'm calling to phone a friend.
Oh, yeah.
So you press both of these roller bearings out of the gear?
Yep, push both those out, and it'll slip right on.
All right, so it just becomes bearingless.
Yep.
All right, did you press them? Yeah, that'll make no sense to me.
None, but it works. I just took a socket that fit in there and hit it with a hammer.
And they come right out?
Yep, they come out easy.
Perfect. Well, I knew that you said that there was something to do with a bearing, and the only bearings I can see is inside there, so I figured I'd call you since you're the resident expert.
I looked at that for like 2 hours. I'm like, there's no way it's that simple. And then I called the company and they're like, yep, just push it out.
Like, oh yeah, it's just that simple.
Yeah.
Cool. Alrighty then, that's what we're doing. Thank you. Bye. See, it's nice to have friends that have made mistakes.
So you don't make the same mistake.
They help you not make mistakes. I'll finish getting these bearings pushed out. We'll put it all back together. There's the bearings. Don't make no sense. But look at this. So it becomes bearingless. But that's fine. Okay, let's get this clip back on. And this shaft will be all but ready to go back in. Got the bearing out. It also acts as a plug. Now we'll drive it on in. Oh no.
Sounds a lot louder.
Yeah, that's definitely shot. Listen. New one. That's weird. You should break that open. Cut it and let's get the bearings out and let's look at it. Okay, that is in and it feels good. But we got another one right here. Dude, they seem brand new. I mean, we'll change them, but I don't think we'll need it. We're only changing these square pads because we have them, but somebody had to have been inside this at some point because it is in way too good a shape.
So I love the fact that we said that we weren't going to take any of this apart, and I looked at it and everything's
literally
apart.
completely apart. Yeah, that's the story of our lives. That's how it goes.
But it's all like going smooth.
Ah,
Where's the wood?
yeah, don't even start with that nonsense. Real life people that know how to rebuild these are cringing right now.
They would have got it done by now.
Well, no, they're dying because they're watching how we're doing this.
So I'm thinking you put the clip on and just push it straight down.
Yeah, I don't see why that wouldn't work. If you're a real transfer case rebuilder out there, I apologize. So what we're gonna do now is Hillbilly is gonna take and just clean all of this. Super, super good. That way we can get it all put back together, but we don't need these anymore. Those are the old ones. This one, where does it go? I think we should change that. Somehow we need to get that out. But it's gotta be pulled out. Okay, so I'm gonna have Hillbilly change that bearing. What else? Oh, Hillbilly, we need to change this seal. Anyway, Hillbilly's gonna change that seal, get it all cleaned up, and we'll show you the rest of our backyard mechanicking abilities.
All right, so me and Hillbilly are trying to get this press bearing out of here, but it's not wanting to come out. We thought about using heat, but our concern is the aluminum being softer than the steel, if it will create a bond, or if it will do the same thing as when you heat up steel and it expands and lets us pull that right out. Because you guys know how big Hillbilly is and how strong he is, and he's got this little contraption here and it's not wanting to come out. So he's just went to go get the torch. We're gonna warm it up just a little bit and let's see if we can get this thing out. So the heat didn't work. I mean, I don't know if we even got it hot enough. But we're being cautious about it. We're gonna wait for Robbie to get back, let him look at it. We're gonna just continue on cleaning everything up.
Because we can't let that thing stop us from getting everything else done. So we'll get everything else done, and then when Robbie gets back, he might have an idea to get that, how to get that out better. Get it out, put the new one in, and start assembling the whole thing. Lunchtime.
Did it work?
Did it work?
You got that
question.
bolt for nothing?
What kind of question was that? Stop watching! You guys are gonna mess me up! Everybody's messing me up! Hillbilly and Robbie's Transmission Rebuild Center will be opening up spring of 2025.
2020 never.
Yeah, 2020. Yeah, 2028.
You ship it, we break it.
Ship it over here. We'll break it for you.
Why do I have a feeling that they need to press this thing?
Shh. Why would they do that? They'll blow it out the back. I don't see the problem. It's perfect.
Except you have to go further.
I know. I'm taking my time. Rule 27 of how to rebuild a transfer case. Take your time. Yeah, the Transfer Case Rebuilders Association of America. Transfer case, so T, R, Rebuilders, A, TRA, OA. The TRAOA, okay? That's Transfer Case Rebuilders Association of America.
You should get that tattooed on you.
We should get our cards. Hold that up. Flat.
I don't think there's the all.
You're not a part of the association.
Well, it's like the United States of America. It's
Yeah, USOA.
USA.
Everyone else doesn't put the O in there, so
He
we
is
got
not in the elite
it. We're
club.
not like everyone else.
Only elite club.
I think that's all the way in because it made a
That's what we wanted.
It's not making a bounce, it's making a thud.
Okay. We still got our oil passage. All right, I think we built that one first. Let's get this out of the way now that it is rebuilt. Oh, look at that. Would you look at it? Since we have all the stuff to do it, we are going to change. Oh yeah, look, this has been worn out. This has been rebuilt, because see, there's the wear marks. That's what Jeremy used to braze. We're not brazing it. We're just gonna change it with new wear pads. I think technically we don't have to use this against our budget because it was already rebuilt. All right, guys, so I've got the inners in, got my shift forks in. We're going to be installationing this and this and that. Grab me that, grab me the chain. We're gonna finagle it all together. All right, this now needs to go in there. And in order to do that, we're going to pull that out, slide it on, shimmy it in. Let's go. Hold on.
A lot more tight.
Hold on. See how that works? Super, super tight. Rest assured, we have rebuilt our very first transfer case.
We're just not fully done. Let's have a pump put in.
I'd like to sit and admire our work for a minute.
Put a short
Do the magnet
stub in there.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna take the pump apart and rebuild the pump with all of this stuff right there. Once we get done with this, I'm gonna go in and check on Sean on the seats. Hillbilly is gonna get this installed, and then we're gonna work on the brake lines, figuring out what we need to order, and the fuel lines. I believe we have them here. We're gonna start working on that. Okay, kids? Come to daddy.
That's an oil pump?
I mean, supposedly.
How does it work?
Apparently it must
Pump oil.
pump oil somehow. Hillbilly says that the green brake cleaner doesn't hurt your eyeballs when it hits it.
Not like this stuff.
Ooh-wee. That is brittle. Glad we're changing that. Okay, clean it. Clean me up, Scotty. All right, this is the easiest oil pump I've ever had to rebuild. Do you think we should saturate that in oil though?
Probably.
I think we should. Why don't you dip me down in oil and we'll put it in. Expertly rebuilt. Now, Hillbilly's gonna get some gasket maker on this, and we are going to put the two halves together for the final time. Listen.
Countdown.
Pumping. No, Bombi.
There you go.
No, Bombi. We're busy, Bombi. No, not right now, kitty. That's a bad kitty. So the only thing we have left to do now is figure out how this tone ring works, because I can't imagine that it just floats, but maybe it does. There's no way it does, because it won't even go on. We're not going to run a speedometer anyway, so you know what we do with that? Bada bing!
Yeah, we don't want to know that we're going 120 in this.
Dude, nobody needs to have that on a digital readout. So Hillbilly is running to get some blue Loctite. As soon as he gets back from Nepal, we're going to blue Loctite all these bolts, get it on, get our yokes into place, and he'll go ahead and install it. Oh no.
So I just had to run and get some blue Loctite. We're going to use blue just because if we ever had to tear it apart, blue's a lot easier to break loose than red. Then I'll put a ratchet on them and check them with the ratchet to see if they're snugged up or not.
Buddy, what's up? I heard you've been going in the front office and hanging out with those people. Being nice to you up there? You're just making your way all the way around the shop.
Put a little bit of anti-seize, so that way it slips right into the new seal and doesn't rip it or tear it or anything. Me and Colin's gonna run to Nap real fast to get some RTV because I forgot to get some when I went and got the Loctite. So we're bringing you guys along.
Got the RTV.
All right, so the transfer case is in. I got a fuel line to install, but let's go check in on old Shawnee Poo. And then Hillbilly is gonna grab the factory exhaust and we're gonna see if we can make it work. It may not work, but we are gonna try. We gotta get exhaust in this puppy. But we also need to measure our drive shafts and get those ordered because we need them. So one might assume that this is billet aluminum because it appears as if this headrest is billet aluminum, but it's not. That is billet. This is not billet, but it looks, look at that. Look how good it looks. I cannot tell you how much joy this brings to my soul. This is the part that Kato is going to be able to wrap our upholstery on. Sean is going to machine a mount for our billet headrest to go right here. That is so freaking comfortable. That's gonna have to be way up there for my head.
Yeah.
Is it gonna be a neck support instead of a head support? It's gonna look cool.
Yeah, that'll look cool.
As long as it looks cool, that's what we're after. You guys love it? I love it.
I think I could have a headrest.
Yeah, I was gonna say it'll be
Put the
perfect.
headrest, yeah. We'll have to build these for the Blazer. These are gonna have to be a Sean Hildebrandt signature Robbie Layton seat.
So there's a 100% chance this exhaust is not going to work. We're going to have to modify it and custom build the exhaust because everything's in the way.
So
I don't know if you want to build it and have it go against the frame, run across the top, behind the transfer case and shoot across and out like Aiden's truck is.
I would use this pipe here to cross over under. I would come up and I'll just bring it in.
Will we be below the belly pan?
We're going to build it ourselves, so we'll bring it up. We have to run a fuel line here, that's why we can't hear.
It's like that.
All right, so I am trying to find everything that I need for my fuel lines. So I'm getting some weld-on stainless 6, or some weld-on -6 stainless ends, and then we're gonna figure out how to do our fuel lines. All right, so we've determined that I'm gonna put fuel filter here, and we're gonna put a piece of pipe in here. We'll do a soft line, fuel lines here, to go over on top of the fuel cell, and it'll work. So I'll get mounting this, and then we're gonna take a hard line all the way to that front link for fuel, and we'll probably bring our brake line there too, and we'll do a stainless steel tab between them to where we can bolt it in, and then our rear brake line is gonna follow this upper link, come back over here to a soft line, and it'll disperse off both sides. We'll take that brake line all the way to the front because I don't know where it's gonna couple to go into the master cylinder. And then the front brake lines, actually we'll do it all the way to there because we're gonna follow that upper line, brake line down to the front. So I'm gonna get working on that. So this has got a little keeper tab. Oh yeah. Oh, she's bad. Yeah, see, there's no way that would clear.
No.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. I think right there we're just asking for problems. I think that we just wipe it in here, like right in here somewhere. So yeah, go cut that in half, right there. We're trying to figure out our exhaust. Right now we've got our hole drilled. We'll get this tapped out. And we'll mount fuel filter and start building off of it. So I want to get this in position so I can run my return and my feed lines to the filter. We're gonna do these out of soft line, just out of hose. I'm gonna see if I can come up over this and down in without having to notch that, but we may have to put a tube in here like I was saying. That's what we're gonna work on. Hillbilly's got the exhaust basically to the point where can't go much further on that. So he's gonna move on to the PSC steering on the front end. I'll get building these while he's building that, and you can see we've got the exhaust kind of roughly put in place. Now we just gotta figure out the rest of the exhaust.
Just so you guys know, Demery is totally fine over there. She's just stretching out her back.
No.
She just likes to lay on the ground a lot. She's not actually hurt. We didn't beat her up.
My neck is hurt.
She says her neck hurts. Her neck, her back.
Well, you was at the chiropractor today.
All right, so I was gonna use 90s, but I like these 120 fittings a little bit better. It's gonna tuck us down here. We're gonna be able to come out. Now, one thing I learned the hard way, one would assume that this is in, that is out, and this is return. Don't be fooled.
Wrong.
Don't be fooled. This is in, this is out, and this is return. Your top on these Corvette style fuel filters, these are internally regulated, and this has a check valve inside of it that will just overpressurize and you will not get fuel to your fuel rail. So this is your in. You're gonna come over here to the out, return. This is so wonderful. We're so good. So I'm gonna go and put the end on the other hose, and then we're gonna zip tie it together so that we make sure that they route together, because friends that route together stay together. And these two need to be friends. So I'll go put that end on and then we'll chop them off.
Hi guys.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You show me you lost a tooth?
Take two.
All right, so what I've decided is I'm gonna make some cuts in this and I'm gonna notch it down. Only needs to go down about 1/2 of an inch just so that this can run through it and not have hard kink right here. But there's my routing right there. And then I'm gonna put some tape on here, cut it, and put our ends on. All right, so now that I have these all zip tied, I'm gonna get them built. We'll get them final installed. Well, not final installed, we'll get them sort of installed. And then I gotta notch that cross member, but I think that's about all we're gonna do. We'll go check out the rest of the seat. Hillbilly took off because it's the end of the day, but we're making some headway on the build. It may not seem like it, but it is. Yeah, see, there's Sean. Sean's got his headphones off, he's got his glasses off, he's ready to go home. It's the weekend, and I'm building a stupid fuel line. Wanna know how you know it's 5? Crickets. All right, so I think we have this figured out. So Sean suggested that we just weld this block to it rather than, I mean, we'll weld it and then we'll weld it in and tap it or whatever to get a bolt in there. I don't know what these kids are doing behind me. I can't be sure. Anyway, I got the fuel line started.
Good start.
We got a ton of stuff done. Look at that. We got the transfer case all flip yoke eliminated. We'll order the drive shafts next week. We got the exhaust started. We got the steering started. We got the fuel line started. But let's go really take a look at these seats. All right, so look at this. This is a masterpiece. So we got the headrest on. Sean built a mount that comes straight up. It's drilled into both sides. See that? Look at how cool that is. It'll bolt the pad on. That's this plate right here. So we can take this seat up next week to Cato and get the upholstery built for all 4 seats. Now, as a thank you to him, because he's so freaking awesome, we're building a 5th one. We're gonna gift it to him. I'm not even getting one. It's gonna be awesome. You know what? Sean did an amazing job, but we were grateful to be able to help him and actually get our hands dirty and do some fabricating. So, turned out so sweet. Now, the only thing that Sean needs to do before we take it to Cato, and it's just gonna be done off camera, is we're building a backbone adjuster that's gonna come from here, and the back of the seat is gonna be adjustable. So he's gonna be here tomorrow milling that out. I'll show you that on another episode. Now what we have here is 4 more seats that are gonna get built next week. All ready to go. All the aluminum's been cut, got wings and things and such. Weld all those together for him. Gonna be great. All right, hey, what do you have on?
Yes.
What is it?
Yeah.
Your new shirt?
Yeah.
So go to RobbieLayton.com and support us.
Come to
Robbie?
Rayton.
Say go to RobbieLayton.com.
No. Bobby Rayton.
.com.
What? Bobby Rayton.
.com.
Bobby Rayton.
.com.
Bobby Rayton.
And get yourself a shirt so that you can support this child. It's gonna help.
Bobby Rayton.
Yep, it's gonna send you to college, huh?
It's Bobby Rayton.
That's right. Make sure you head to RobbieLayton.com, get yourself some cool shirts, just like these little kids. And as always, we appreciate you.
If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one.
Point, Lincoln, point.